Kopish.
See, now you're tuning in. It's the main free back again. Ripping LFC to the end, so go on, tell a friend. If they rockin' red, they're a 10 champions. We the best, we come again. Kop-Ish clean up in every region. Elevation in every season. Catch up in all the fast match up in real rap. And Drifty go on, tell them this is that, this is that. This is Kop-Ish. This is Kop-Ish. Reppin' Liverpool to the end, champions, we the best, come again. This is that. This is Kop-Ish. This is Kop-Ish. The main free back up in your screen, real ones know this the place to be. This is Kop-Ish.
Yes, people, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're all blessed, hope you're all doing well. Big up yourselves for joining me on this morning show. Slightly late this morning. I was busy, apologies, rushed home as quick as possible. There isn't that much to talk about. And again, you know how it goes, people. We will be back with our Kopish collab around 1 o'clock. So we'll probably go into it a little bit more detail back then. But I've only got a few quotes from a press conference that Slot has done, really. Isn't really anything else to talk about. The only real bit of transfer news I can bring for you guys, I mean, it ain't transfer season anyway, is it, guys? But Liverpool remain interested in Brentford defender Nathan Collins, apparently. Now, obviously, you know, we have a defensive issue going on at the moment. You know, we have this situation where we didn't get Gahey. Are we going to go for him? A lot of people are saying in January, no, we won't. And we're going to be getting linked with defenders left, right, and centre now. It's going to get a little bit stupid. We don't know who we're actually going to be going for, but apparently that is the latest, people. So let me know, Nathan Collins. I haven't watched enough of him intently to like really form an opinion right now. I will go where I have a look. I'll see whether I think this is just stupid noise, whether there's any reality to it or not. But anyone in the chat, let me know. Have you watched enough of Nathan Collins to know whether he's good enough or not? Big up Eugene. Collins only just, I'll be honest with you though, bro. If you get a new contract these days, all it really does is just up your value. I don't think you can kind of be worried about a player leaving or staying these days. Anything can change at any moment, you know, but we will see. Clark, my account is banned. Banned in which way, bro? Because obviously if you're able to chat in the chat, in what way, bro? Let me know what way you're banned, bro. My clock, block the back. Yeah, and I mean, what did you do, bro? What did you do? What happened? Why did anyone if there's any mods in the chat right now, let me know. Your other account, which one is that, bro? Let me know. Right. Moving on to some of the things that Slot said in his presser, guys. Now, he was asked about Isak. He went on to say, he has already scored a goal. He's getting fitter and fitter, but the main thing is he needs to adjust to his teammates and his teammates need to adjust to him. And the more you play together, the better the things will work. Obviously, he's been asked loads of questions about loads of different players. At one point, he kind of looked like he was getting a bit fed up and he was like, oh, any more people you want to talk about, so to speak? He was asked about Mamardashvili now, obviously because of that Alisson injury. And he said, we have to trust that Mamardashvili can do what Queeve used to do. Obviously, we know every time Keller used to play, it was absolutely seamless pretty much. Obviously, you're always going to miss Alisson, but Queeve did a brilliant job whenever he had to come in and play. On that Alisson thing, obviously, but he was asked about that. Slot, in regards to it, said Alisson is not part of the squad tomorrow and he is not going to travel to Brazil either. He then went on to say, it's all about time. You never know when it comes to these type of injuries, especially like a hamstring injury. He definitely won't be here for the Chelsea game. He won't be here. He will, obviously he'll then do the 2 weeks worth of rehab throughout the international break. He'll definitely miss the first game back after international break, and then after that, you start to assess where you're at because these type of injuries are different for everybody. And he's right. He's definitely right about that. So even though we've obviously been told 6 weeks, which it probably will be or longer, knowing our luck, Slot was kind of like, we'll have to see in it. In 2 or 3 weeks' time, we'll assess where he is then, because that's what you do with hamstring injuries. I reckon it probably will still be, especially with Ali. Ali doesn't really recover quickly from injury, does he? He's normally out for a month or two whenever he does get injury. So yeah, I don't think we can expect him back anytime soon. Then he was obviously asked about this season and breaking down teams and whatnot. And it's quite interesting. It's actually quite interesting. And I'm going to play you a little bit of this because I think it will be from him. Hold on, let me make sure this is the right clip I got. Let me bring this up for you guys just quickly, just to add a little bit of context. So here we go, people.
I don't think we do things different. I do see teams doing a lot of things different to us. So the first part of last season, Jurgen gave me a lot of gifts, but one of the gifts he also gave me was ending up first the year before and fifth that year before. And him being so well known that a new manager came in and everybody thought, oh, let's start to play against Liverpool. And teams played in a completely different way in the first half of the season against us than they did when we were top of the league after the half of the season, and when we were top of the Champions League after the first part of the season.
So, people, what he's trying to say in a roundabout way, I mean, I'm sure you all got that. It was pretty clear. People thought they could take liberties with Liverpool, open up, yada, 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 because they didn't think Slot was a good manager, and they thought, Liverpool are going to fall off. And then they realized, oh no, these lot are actually about that life. And then they started to play the low block, which they continue to do for the most part whenever they play us, which is what he is alluding to, because obviously, he was asked why he thinks that we are struggling with low block. I'm sure that's what the question was, something about low blocks. So obviously he was talking about that. See, this whole situation for me, he's got to get it tactically right. I think he will. I have faith. He's a top manager. But right now, I think he's being a bit on the defensive, a lot of what he's saying. And I get it. All managers are, to be fair. You know what I mean? It's like even this quote that I've saved here, when he's like, "You're focused on Mo. Next time you're going to be focused on Florian. Then you're going to be focused on Gakpo." It's like every time he's just asked a different question about a different player. And he says, what I'm trying to say is we don't score as many goals from open play as we did in the first half of last season. So again, he's alluding to it being harder, obviously, with the lower blocks now and whatnot. But he's got to figure it out. He's got to find a way. He just has to find a way, you know what I mean? And I'm sure he will. But these new players are going to need time to gel. And it's about whether we're going to give him that time to gel, which I can see a lot of people aren't. The people are getting impatient. He was also asked about Konate in terms of like mistakes and stuff like that. And he is quoted as saying, if you are losing a game of football, what we did against Galatasaray and Palace, obviously losing, then it doesn't help if you lose the ball easy a few times. He is one of them, but he's definitely not the only one. Kind of glad he did that, because he was asked about him, and then obviously he hasn't thrown him under the bus. He's kind of been like, look, there are more people than just Ibu making mistakes right now. So, you know what I mean? Don't focus on him. And I like that. And again, I don't like him throwing people under the bus, but I like that he's rago and that he's straightforward. So it's a catch-22. But again, yeah, I don't like when managers throw players under the bus. I think it's a little bit unprofessional and I think it's a bit unnecessary. And it can be very toxic. Jose and Conte, they're winners, but they used to cause friction in the changing room doing that type of shit. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. And just to finish up, because obviously we have our two injury doubts going into the game tomorrow with Chiesa and Ekatike. He's quoted, Hugo is going to train today. Let's see where he's at. And the same for Federico. So if both of them are back in training today, that will suggest that there's a possibility they could be okay, because being back in training means that a scan or the after effect hasn't been as bad as maybe feared or worried. So we'll know tomorrow. We will know tomorrow. They train today. Then we'll know if they will be available to play tomorrow. So we will see, man. We will see, people. But there you have it. Big up yourselves this morning. Appreciate you joining me for this one. And again, as I said, let me know about Collins in the chat, bro. If anybody has actually paid attention, I'm going to go and have a little look now, see what his stats are and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. I'm not. While you're at it as well, people, don't forget this video is brought to you by okjersey.com, where you can get top quality shirts for an absolutely amazing price of only £15 or in and around that price, guys. So make sure you go and get it done. Big up to everyone as well who's shown love. Absolutely love this shirt. I saw a couple of people mention it. Jamaica, stand up. My peoples love this shirt. And you can get shirts like this at OK Jersey, people. You can indeed. You can indeed. So make sure you get over there and use the code Kopish for an extra 8% off, so they know you're coming through us, guys, to keep the relationship beautiful. There you have it right there. Make sure you put the code Kopish and get that extra 8% off. People, we will be back in roughly around about 40 minutes time for some Kop-Ish collab with the boys. So make sure you're there for that one. And again, let me know in the comments below what you think about the things that Slot said in the presser. And also let me know how you feel about the defender situation. So until then, people, love as always. Big up your damn selves. And I'll catch you boys in a bit. And girls. Peace.